Ren had a strange habit. Before making any decision, he imagined what other people would say. If he bought something, he wondered if his friends would like it. If he shared an opinion, he worried someone might disagree. When he wanted to change his career, he imagined his family calling him foolish. Even when he was happy, he sometimes stopped himself. Because somewhere in his mind was one question: what will people think? And he didn't realize it yet. But that question was quietly controlling his entire life. One evening, Ren was sitting alone inside a small Tokyo café. Rain covered the windows. His phone was filled with messages. A friend had criticized his new idea. Someone at work had laughed at his suggestion. His cousin had told him that his career choice was too risky. Ren read every message twice. Then he deleted the message he had written to defend himself. He whispered, "Maybe they're right." Across the street, an old man was standing beneath a traditional shop roof. He noticed Ren staring at his phone, but he didn't know that this stranger would teach him one of the most important lessons of his life. The next morning, Ren walked through a quiet Japanese neighborhood. Cherry blossom petals moved across the road. He saw an old gardener trimming a small tree. Ren stopped. "Excuse me," he said. The old man looked at him. It was the same man from the cafe. The gardener smiled. "You look tired," Ren laughed. "I just have a lot to think about." The old man continued trimming the tree. Then he asked, "Do you always think this much?" Ren paused. "About what people think of me." The old man smiled. "Especially that." The old man handed Ren a small cup of tea. Then he pointed toward the garden. "Look at that tree." Ren looked. "Do you see the other trees criticizing it?" Ren smiled. "No." "Do you see the flowers asking permission before they bloom?" "No." The old man nodded. "Then why do you?" Ren didn't understand. The old man continued. "You are trying to live your life while carrying an audience inside your head." That sentence stayed with Ren, an audience inside your head. That evening, Ren went home. He stood in front of his mirror. For the first time, he asked himself something different. Not, "What will they think?" but, "What do I think?" The question felt strangely uncomfortable. He realized how rarely he had asked it. He had chosen jobs because they sounded impressive. He had worn clothes because other people liked them. He had stayed silent because disagreement made him uncomfortable. He had even apologized when he had done nothing wrong, just to keep other people happy. And suddenly, Ren understood. He wasn't living badly. He was living for an audience that wasn't even watching. The next day at work, his manager presented an idea. Everyone remained silent. Ren noticed a serious problem with it. Normally, he would stay quiet, but this time, he raised his hand. "I don't think this will work." The room became silent. His heart started beating faster. Someone looked at him strangely. His mind immediately screamed, "They're going to think you're difficult." For a moment, Ren almost took his words back. Then he remembered the old gardener. "What do you think?" Ren took a breath and continued explaining his idea. After the meeting, Ren walked outside. Nobody followed him. Nobody shouted at him. Nobody hated him. One colleague actually approached him. "You know, I had the same concern." Ren was surprised. That night, he laughed at himself. He had spent years fearing imaginary consequences, and most of them had never happened. But the old man had one more lesson for him. A week later, Ren returned to the garden. The gardener was watering the trees. Ren said, "I think I'm finally changing." The old man smiled. "Then tell me what you have learned." Ren thought for a moment. "I learned that I don't need everyone to agree with me." The old man nodded. "And?" "I don't need everyone to like me." The old man nodded again. "And?" Ren looked at the trees. "I don't need to explain every decision I make." The gardener smiled. "Good." Then he said something Ren would never forget. Approval is a beautiful gift, but a terrible place to build your home. Think about your own life. How many things have you not done because someone might laugh? How many dreams have you abandoned because someone said they were unrealistic? How many times have you changed your opinion just to avoid disagreement? How many times have you explained yourself when you didn't actually owe anyone an explanation? There is nothing wrong with listening to people. Wisdom means knowing when advice is useful, but there is a difference between listening and living for approval. Ren began practicing something simple. Before making a decision, he would ask himself 3 questions. Do I actually want this? Does this match the person I want to become? And finally, if nobody knew about this decision, would I still make it? That third question changed everything, because sometimes we don't want the thing itself. We want the recognition that comes with it, the applause, the compliments, the approval. But applause disappears quickly, and when the room becomes quiet, you are still left with your life. Months passed. Ren changed his career. Some people supported him, some people criticized him, some people didn't care at all. And that was the strange part. The people he had spent years trying to impress were mostly busy living their own lives. They weren't thinking about him nearly as much as he imagined. One evening, Ren walked through the same garden. The cherry blossoms were falling. He stopped beneath the trees. For the first time in years, there was no imaginary audience in his head, just silence and peace. Maybe you need that lesson too. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to approve of you. And you don't need to explain every choice you make. Some people will misunderstand you. Let them. Some people will judge you. Let them. Because your life is too valuable to spend it performing for people who are not living it for you. Stop asking, what will they think? Start asking, what do I think? Because the moment you stop living for approval, you finally begin living your own life. If this story spoke to you, stay with us. There are more lessons waiting for you.